Hello students, welcome to Module 6 of the ESL for Work online class. This will be our last module dedicated to health and safety. Of course, we're going to keep talking about it because it's so important, but anyway, so let's get into it. I'm going to show you a few things and I hope you like it. Students, so this is our modules page, and you see that module 6 is here, and it's pretty ready, so I'm going to open it and look at the overview quickly. It's the first thing you should always do when you get a new module is go to the overview. And I'm not going to take too long on it. This is where the video is. I'll also put it in the announcements. And it's workplace safety. This is our final module dedicated to workplace safety. And it's about accidents, emergencies, and injuries at work. And you have to notify a supervisor about accidents and emergencies, and we'll complete an accident report. So there's some fun stuff here. All right, well, let's go to the next item, and that's an irregular verb grammar lesson. So we saw before that regular verbs, you just add ed to make it past. So present, walk, past, walked, etc. But in this module, we'll study irregular verbs that don't end in ed. Here's some examples. Go, went, see, saw, come, came. So they change a lot, but we use these all the time, so you have to get good at these. After that, there's a video that you can watch, and there's some things for you to do here. You're going to use your notebook to copy the present and past forms of the verb that you see. You stop the video. Let's see. The second thing we have is grammar exercise. Yes, you have to put in the past tense of the verb that's here. And here are your answers, but please do the exercise first, then check your answers. And now our next part that we're going to see is a video watch. You're going to watch some stories, and here's some conversations, and this is actually a fairly short video. It goes for about 4.5 minutes, but then it has about 10 minutes of an exercise that I would like you to do. Alright, so now this is reading. It's 2 sad stories about some careless workers. And we're going to read about what happens when, what are you supposed to do when an accident happens. So you care for the injured worker first. You report the accident to your supervisor as soon as you can. And if it's a serious injury and the person needs medical attention, call 911. If a worker is injured, care for the worker, call the supervisor. If serious, call 911. So you're going to read this. You've got vocabulary. You've got a story section. You've got questions about the story, comprehension questions, they call them, and the answers. And then there's a vocabulary game at the bottom. So you just click these to find all of these. There's a vocabulary study, and when you roll over the word, you get a picture. So that was chemicals. You see some chemicals. So you can also use the immersive reader to translate this for you in your own language. So after that vocabulary, we have reading, and there's an audio with it. So you can listen to it while you read it, etc. Read it first and then listen to it, or listen to it first. but you can use the audio and the video. Here's some questions. And you have to write the answers to the questions in your notebook. When you're ready, check your answers. Don't look. And then there's a vocabulary game where you have to take the words over here and find the correct definition for each word. So that's that. All right, that's kind of a long page. Should be fun though. All right, the next part is writing an accident report. So we're going to look at a short version of George's story where he burnt his hand because he wasn't wearing gloves. And then here's a model. So this is an injury accident report. You have to fill in the employee's name. His last name is Trumpka, first name George. Where he works, which department. George is in the machine department. When the accident happened, the date, the month, the day, and the year. And what time the accident happened, 9:15 a.m. And the location of the accident. Where did the accident happen? And it happened in the machine shop. So here you have to write how did the accident happen, and you can go up to the story here and it says Mr. Trumpka was cleaning a machine in the machine shop. The cleaning product spilled on his right hand. He didn't have his safety gloves. So that's how he burned his hand. So you can write that information. Use the past tense. Now what type of injury was it? Here, serious burn. And down here, the supervisor puts his name here and his position with the company. He's the machine department supervisor, and then he signs it and dates it. So this is a good model for you to look at. And you're going to read a story about two other people, and one of them was injured, and the other one had to report the injury. So you're going to read through here, and you're going to put the information of the person. Here, which department they work in, the date and time of the accident, the location of the accident, what type of injury it is, and you're going to put your name, and then you're going to write supervisor. Okay, so signature and date. Right, so that's what you have to do there. So now we're going to move on. We're going to go to a quiz, and this is pretty simple, really. You'll remember Pensri from the video slideshow. And you get 10 questions about Pensri, and you can try it 10 times. So keep going until you get 100%. All right, so that's a quiz about what happened to Pensri. All right, the next section is a conversation and dictation, and it's an assignment. So in this one, it's got audio. And so here's what you do. You have to read and listen to the conversation a couple of times, more if you can. Practice the dialogue with someone. It's good to practice it. Or you can use the mirror. And so you read the story. Here's the audio for it. These are the two people, Ms. Yi and and Jose. And then you read the conversation while you listen to it, and then down here you have some dictation. So we've seen this before. There are 10 sentences. You listen to each sentence, then you write the sentence exactly how you hear it. In the first one, Ms. Yi is speaking, so you go to the recording. Hi, Jose. How are you? And you can repeat it if you want. Hi, Jose. How are you? And then over here, if you want to hear it the slowest way, you can click here.
Hi, Jose. How are you?
All right, so that's what you have to do for all of these. You're going to, okay, so what I want you to do here, this is important. After you write these, you can write them into your notebook and then take a picture and send it to me in the text box. Or you can just write your sentences right into the text box. All right. And now we're going to have a health and safety discussion. Watch this movie. I'll tell you all about what you have to do. All right, so let's move on. We'll go to the next part, and this is the forum. So this is a chance for you to write anything you want. Put in pictures or whatever. I also ask for questions. I'll put some information in here during the week. As people start communicating with me, I'll let you know what's going on. And that's about it. The last part is our summary. If you want to know more about regular verbs, you can click on the ESL Lounge. It's a website. It's not in Canvas. And it gives you the 50 most used irregular verbs in English. So that might be fun if you want to see the 50 most used. So those are the ones you want to learn first. All right, students, so if you need help, as always, send me a Canvas inbox message. Or you are welcome to write in the forum for Module 6. Have a great day. Bye-bye. This has been ESL for Work, Module 6, Welcome Video.